All right, everybody. It's Coach Keith and Colin back here with another one of your Coaches Corners. Today, we're going to talk about injury prevention strategies and some of the stuff we do in our programs to help you guys prevent injury or reduce injury, because we can't prevent them all, but we can help reduce some of the things you guys are going on. And right now is a really important time to focus on these, especially if you are someone who's a little bit more injury prone in your sports career. There's never been a time where we've had 8+ weeks off for all athletes in the country at once, or especially in Massachusetts. So returning to sport is going to be a little bit more challenging, and I think we are probably going to see a little more increase in these acute injuries, big ankle sprains and strains, than we were probably dealing with more of those chronic injuries for a lot of people that were just training way too much and overused and playing way too much sport. So we're going to go through a couple components and how we use them to help you guys move better, and how some stuff that you can do at home to address that. So Keith, why don't you get us started with some of these topics?
All right. One of the things I'm really big on is mobility and flexibility. So flexibility is the length of a muscle, how much that muscle can stretch. Mobility is actually the range of motion around a joint, and that's a very, very important one. If there is a joint that is not mobile, not optimally mobile, I should say, the joints above it are going to start making up the movement that joint below it is not doing. So for example, if ankle mobility is a big thing, if you have tight calves and your ankles aren't letting your feet do what they need to do, your knees are going to start making up the movement from that. Then your hips are going to start making up the movement from that. Your lower back is going to start making up the movement from that, and so on and so forth, all the way up your body. So it's important to do things like those dynamic warm-ups that we do in the beginning of our sessions. It's not just really to get your heart rates up. I mean, that's part of it, obviously, but it's to take your joints to that range of motion where you guys are able to now do more safely the stuff that we have you do, all the sprint work, all the agility work, all the lifting that's going to come later on. Now your joints are able to take you through that range of motion, and you're going to move your body as one integrated functional unit instead of trying to make up for movement that just isn't happening by your body not doing by your body doing something it's not supposed to do. All right, and flexibility, that's something you really take care of at the end of a session when we have you guys stretch. That's just to let the muscles lengthen a little bit, which is always good. Muscles get tight. They need to be stretched, whether you're an athlete or whether you're 50 or 60 years old. And it feels really good too.
Right. And a case can be made that as we get older, we need to spend more time on our warm-ups to get our muscles lengthened and warmed up and our joints moving. Another really kind of important concept, and we talk about this, is core strength. And the core strength kind of can layer on top of mobility, is being able to make a segment of your body rigid compared to the rest, and being able to transfer force. And we find that a lot of our athletes who aren't very strong have trouble transferring the forces through all these joints and out their hand or through their leg, and they're more likely to get injured. And another area is this kind of, we call it a bad case of weakness. When I was working as an athletic trainer, is you guys, there's tremendous amount of forces that are going through your body when you guys are running and jumping and landing in sport. And the decelerative forces are significant times your body weight. So spending some time in the weight room in making those muscles a little bit more robust and the nervous system able to withstand some of those forces, not only is going to make you hopefully a little more reduce some of the injuries, but also make you more efficient on field, because you're using less energy to do something your opponent is. So it's a really good quick hack to get more conditioning, is actually get stronger, and you don't even have to worry about going for those long runs. And to kind of give you an idea, there's some research that just recently came out that for chronic injuries, strength training, it can reduce chronic injuries up to 50%. And that's significant. That's a lot of athletes in this country who could not be spending their time getting maybe surgeries or different procedures or taking medication to deal with different chronic type injuries, feeling good and performing well. So those are some big areas that we are always trying to focus on. And right now you got the opportunity to work specifically on your mobility and flexibility and core strength. Like, you can do core work anywhere. You can do the mobility stuff that we do in our warm-ups anywhere. And that's a really important. Strength, we got body weight, but there's some other things, at some point we do need to load it, can get a little more challenging. We've talked about multiple times, sprinting, we've got to move quickly. So there you go. Those are some things that you guys can focus on at home and get done. If you want to join our sports performance virtual training program, we still got space. We think it's a great program. It's the best program we put together, and we've had a lot of fun with this. And we've got a lot of kids who are getting better, moving better, and hopefully when the seasons open up, they're going to be ready to perform and ready to kick some butt. So let us know if you have any topics you want us to cover. We'd love to hear from you. We look forward to seeing you guys soon, and have a great day.